Okay, we are live. We're going to check the rocks in the tumbler today. And so, oh, we got to straighten this out. They get wonky sometimes. Turn you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing here. We'll check the other tumbler too while we're at it. Remember, when you pry your lid open with a knife, put the sharp edge of the knife away from the tumbler barrel, because the tumbler barrel is made of rubber. So if you put the knife towards it, you will cut your tumbler barrel, and then you will have to either replace it or replace the kit. So we gotta dump this off. Take our rag. Sorry guys. Let me move you guys a little bit. Well, I can move that like that. And let's see how we did here. It's going to have to go back in again. So how are y'all today? See, the reason why I said this has to go back in again is the purpose of step one is to round off all of these edges, and they are still rough. I can still feel a little bit of sharpness when I run my finger across it. And there's roughness in there. Same thing with this one. Sometimes you have to do that because some rocks are really, really tough. They're very hard. There's actually a hardness scale called the Mohs scale. See there, the green's starting to show through, but that's not good enough. That will happen. See, this is actually a green rock. It's called green aventurine, but it has a white scale like over the top of it, and you have to keep it through step one until the scale is completely off. Once you get it that far, you can go ahead and put it through step 2, 3, 4, and then burnish. See about this one. we're going to check our edges. That one's soft. That one's soft. A little bit right there, so we're going to put this one back in. Polishing rocks is time consuming. Hey Pappy, Papyrus, how are you today? Okay, so check this one. We're checking our edges. One right there. All the rest of them are fine except that one. So it'll go back in. There's that one. Kind of stuck to the bottom. I'm doing good. Tonight is my payday, so I am ordering the 11-pound tumbler because I got this, all them rocks, let me turn you guys, all them rocks are waiting, plus all of these rocks are waiting, and I just got a 4-pound tumbler. This size. Don't spam the chat. If you spam the chat, you'll go to jail for a minute. Okay, so let's see what do we have here. That one's good. Oh, we got that one right there. And that one right there. So them all got to go back in. What do we have here? More green adventuring. Should have had. This one. Ready for step 2. That one's not. Okay, so these back in here. Looking all gonna fit. Wow. Sorry. Yes, hi. So, these out. These out. Put them in last, I guess. And that's basically done. Some water. like that. I am loading a Tumblr. I loaded it yesterday. I did a how-to on how to load it, and they're not quite ready. So we're reloading it, and we're going to run it again. You always want to take and wipe your lid. So that you make a good seal. Set the picture right here. So I can dip the rag in the water. Can you guys see? Clean spot on the rag, on the water. Dry spot on the rag and wipe it. Outside. It's important to get as much of this off of here as you can so that your lid makes a good seal. Dry part. That's gonna be good enough. Take the lid, like that. Press it down good. Wipe the inside of your cover. At least that's what I call it. Goes on like that. And then the wing nut goes on to hold it down. Tighten it down as much as you can. Turn it on. This is 4 days at speed 3. And then we're going to check these right here. We are unloading. We unloaded and reloaded that one. Well, actually, we reloaded it with the same rocks because they weren't ready yet. And this one is a polish and burnish barrel. We're checking to see if the rocks are done enough that we can take them out. And it's all froth. So we will dump this off. And take our pitcher. Move this so that y'all can see what I'm doing. You're going to put water in. And we're going to dump that off because we don't want froth on there. And we got to do it again. Keep doing this until it comes up with just water. Sometimes this takes a while. Filled up a little bit extra this time. It's a little bit full. Now we go to plan B. Take some of these out. Just wipe them off. There's one. There's one that's black lace agate. You can tell it's an agate because we put a flashlight behind it. Because, oh, what are we doing here? I grabbed the wrong rock. Sorry, guys. Grab the right one in a minute. Isn't that pretty? Pretty stuff, huh? Hello, how is everybody? Okay, so here's the agate that I was going to show you. See, you can see right through it. There's the dendrites. There's why they call it black lace. You have these lines around the edges. If I pull the flashlight away, you can see a little bit better. Oops, sorry. But if you can take a flashlight and see through it, it's agate. This is basalt. This is banded chert. Show you what I got. See, this is what banded chert looks like. In there. See? That one's done. Some more banded chert. See, on the bands, pretty stuff. Where's that? It's just a regular rock. It's shining up kind of nice. This, I think, is a piece of granite, but it'll end up being pretty. Some rocks are harder than others. It takes longer for them to get polished. And some rocks don't ever polish up. When you get them past the burnishing stage, if they're not polished up, I just set them off to the side like this one. This is the second time I run this through a complete cycle, and it barely shines. So I would toss that out, but one of my friends actually wants it, so we'll send it to her. Some quartz. This is cool. It's got that one clear spot right there. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Hey Edmund, how are you today? John? See, that shined up real nice. We'll put that in the done pile over here. To keep going, but show you guys it. Here's was my attempt at making a sphere. Didn't work out so well. I don't have a big enough saw. We need to go in. Just water. That one got a nice shine to it. Put that one in the done pile. Oops, I missed. I did it. Hey, Lizzie. How was your trip, my friend? Big piece of quartz right here. I had a pretty uneventful weekend. We'll put that in the done pile. See, this one is cool, but it won't shine up like I want it to. This is like the third time I've run it all the way through and it doesn't shine up, so I'm going to put it in the done pile and we'll do something else with it, I guess. Yeah, it's very pretty. My friend in Tennessee wants it, so I'm going to send it to her. And this one I think is cool. This is a piece of basalt. Look at how that shined up. I didn't think this was ever going to shine up. That's the thing with basalt. You have to keep rerunning it, rerunning it, rerunning it. And finally, it will polish. I found that rock like 3 months ago. And I thought it was just a really cool shape. And I thought, oh, it's basalt. This is going to take forever. Because, see, here's another piece. Cool shapes. But until it gets that right point, this is what it does. It goes like this dull brown like that. And see, it's starting right here. You can see it's shiny right here. So each time I do it after this, it'll be more shiny. I told them on the stream yesterday, the rock hounding and rock tumbling hobby is a dirty hobby. You get very dirty. And see, this one, I explained to them yesterday, this is one piece. I had 8 pieces of this. It was one big piece and I cut it in 8 pieces. And this is the only piece I can find right now. But it's all done. But look at how cool that is with the white up here and the rest is like a purple color. Yeah. I will find them because like I showed them earlier, I got all of those rocks to do and this whole big pile right here. So I'm ordering an 11-pound tumbler tonight. I got the report back from the college on this rock right here. Okay, Grok says that this is a sedimentary rock, and it has pieces of chert and pieces of basalt in it. Big pieces like this and like that. So I sent a picture off to the college, and the college says, well, yes, it's partly right. It's a sedimentary rock, but it's man-made sediment. It's likely concrete that got wore off by the river. I said, no. I tumbled it. It's not concrete, you know what I mean? Because this is what it looks like before you tumble it. It's got all these pieces. It's like this was a piece of a sediment layer, and then it broke off into the river. But it's got white pieces in it. It's got chert. It's got basalt. It's very rough, like unfinished concrete. Just cool stuff. And Grok says that it's conglomerate sedimentary stone, and it put the value at $100 to $500. I'm sorry about the college. Yeah, I got it right out of the river. Yeah. I got like 5 pieces of it, so I'm gonna tumble it and put it up for sale. Yeah, conglomerate. If you send me an email, I'll send you the thing from Grok where I had them analyze it, what it is, and say how much it's worth. You can't spell. Well, when I spell stuff, autocorrect screws it all up. Yeah, Grok says it's a conglomerate sedimentary stone, and it has chert and basalt and something else. See, I think these are cool. I find these, they're twice the size, and I take the saw and cut them in half. That one is done. And this one has got rough spots. It's one that I missed. Oh well. So you can't get all uptight if you miss something. Just put it off to be redone. See, that right there and that right there is all rough. This is all smooth, but that's all rough. too I miss. That's cool. And I figured out how to use the dim setting on my flashlight so it doesn't blind y'all. Look at that. That's that black lace agate. It's got the dendrites in it, and then you can see the, well, I gotta turn it over. See the black striping right up through there? That's cool stuff. I love that stuff. But I have to buy that stuff. I got enough of it to last me a while. That one's all smooth. See, cool stuff. That one's done. Oh, that's still wet on the back. Sometimes they're done on the front and not done on the back. And we just wipe it like that. Okay. When I get done with the live, I'll send you the report from Grok, what it said it was, and then I'll send you the other one that says what it's worth. It says untumbled, I think it says $10 to $20. Then it says tumbled and cut, which I would not cut that because of its size. It says $100 to $500. See, that's cool stuff. That's another piece of quartz that is done. See, that's cool. This is some kind of agate because you can see through most of it. Let me turn this around like that. But it's got a dark spot right there. The rest of it you can see through. So it's not quartz because quartz wouldn't have that dark spot in there. Hi H. And that one's done. More cool stuff. Yeah, I did. My video yesterday was on how to load a Tumblr, my live. It's doing really well. As of about an hour ago, it had 174 views since yesterday. And this one needs to go back to start over because it's rough across that edge. Yeah. My granddaughter is very tech savvy. When I told her that, she said, "You're doing good, Gramps. Keep it up. Keep up the good work." Yeah, the colors on that one are good, but the one side of it is all rough. So we'll run it through again. And this one is cool. Look at all the different colors on there. And that one is done. Yeah, I used ceramic media for quite a while, and finally I quit, and I'm getting better results without it. This one is cool. It's not done, but it'll be very cool when it's done. All the different colors in there. See, what I started doing is making bags. Not that one. This size. And putting $30 on it. If they offer me 20, fine. Or even if they offered 25. More basalt. It's cool stuff. And you can see it's what I call rusting, because it turns like a rusty brown. But then you can see over here it's polished up to right there. And that's how basalt is. You just got to keep doing it until once it starts, then the rest of it will go. I call it a pain in the ass. Yeah. I don't know if you watch legal trials. My friend, Kat, her channel is Kat Hunt Williams, and she covers trials. YouTube tried to take her channel, but it wasn't anything her fault. Nothing her fault. She covers trials. The murder weapon was a gun. The prosecutor picked it up to show it to the jury, and YouTube took down her string and then told her she had a 24-hour ban. So she went through the 24 hours. Trying to get a hold of them is like a nightmare on steroids. Then when she went to go on the next day, they extended it for another 24 hours. She ended up having to get an attorney. I tell her, girl, that's just crazy. She said, I know, right? But she didn't let that hold her back. For that 24 hours, she immediately switched over to X and started broadcasting on X. And so I tell people, YouTube is crazy. You don't believe me? Here's proof. I started following her and watching her during the YSL trial. Here, this one is done. And this looks like another piece of that other one I just picked up. So there's 2 of them. We found 2 of the 8. Yay. And they started paying us. They're going to pay us for shorts. Up until now, you haven't got paid for shorts. You're required to have shorts on your channel, but they wasn't paying you for it. The new update says that you get paid for the ads on shorts now. But I have to get monetized first. But I keep up with all that stuff because I'm a content creator. See here, this is another one that I've tumbled for like 8 weeks, and that's all it ever does. So we're gonna put that in the aside rather, and I'll put that in a bag of mixed rocks for sale. But I think that's crazy that professor at University of Montana is saying that sedimentary rock is man-made. How crazy is that, to think sedimentary rock is man-made? Here's one. That one's done. Some more banded jerk. See, the bands are on this side. See the bands right here? Cool stuff. It's not quite done. Another piece of basalt. Some of these pieces of basalt have little specks of yellow and orange in them. Cool stuff. So I've been doing research on the rocks from Mayon volcano. They are basalt and andesite. So I called my supplier and I asked her about it, if there's a way we could get some of them rocks, and I'd tumble it on the channel. And she said that right now, because of the volcano erupting, that there's a ban on exports right now because they don't want people coming in and trying to get the rocks while the volcano's erupting, and that makes sense. That one, see, one side is done, the other side is not. The other side, almost. It's another thing I tell people, don't be afraid to redo your rock. Put it over in step one and just start over with it. See, now this one I've had for a long time, and it was originally gray. And I tumbled it and it turned black. It was like a light gray. And I tumbled it and it turned black. And it's got some red and brown specks in it. It looks really cool, and it is done. And this one needs to start over because it holds, one side is all rough. See, this whole side here is rough. This one is cool. More basalt. Cool stuff. That one is done. Yeah. Rocks do what rocks do, right? That's pretty. That other one is pretty. It has, you can't see it on camera, but it sparkles. And that one is done. That's the same one I just showed you. It was wet, so I wiped it. I wish there was a way on camera to see some of these rocks and see how they sparkle. Like this one, I don't know if you can, maybe if we put the dim part of the flashlight on it. You can see right there, that spot where it's dark right there. When the light is off of it, it sparkles. See how this is all like a reddish brown? And that's a darker color right there. It's the only spot on there. Oh, there's one on the back. Oh, and there's two more on the bottom. But this is done. This is all shiny. Another piece of quartz. Quartz is cool. And quartz is pretty easy to tumble. show you this. This is a little piece of tourmaline. And tourmaline is usually a dark brown, but it's got that little black in it. I don't know if you can see that without a light on it. And then on this side, it's got yellow. There's a yellow dot right there and right there. Use the light again, because this is really cool. I want you guys to see this. See right through here, there's a dark line. But then on this side, look at that. This is black, and then this is reddish brown, and then it's got yellow. Yeah. My grandson sent me 3 pounds of tourmaline to polish for him. They sent 2 1.5-pound pieces that were 4 inches tall by 5 inches long. And I had to figure out how to cut that to give him cubes and stuff. That was a nightmare. I sat on that for like a month looking at it, because tourmaline is a ancient algae fossil from like 2 million years ago. And so I kept looking at it and trying to see how I could cut it and stuff. And once I get my bigger saw, I'm going to tell him order some more, and I'll do it different. Because I would have liked to have done slabs of it for him, because it has all those intricate, black lines and stuff. Yeah, that piece was that tall and about that long. And I have a 7-inch wet saw that's like a table saw that sticks up out of the table 2 1/4 inches. And yeah, tell people all the time, people in the rock hounding business, they bitch and bitch and bitch about Vevor products. How they're no good, they're not mechanically sound. Okay, this tumbler right here is a Vevor tumbler. I bought it in February. It's run around the clock from February until now with no mechanical problems. They complained about the panel on the front, that after a while the numbers don't read out. I have not had none of that problem. The other one on the other side next to it was bought in December. My saw is a Vevor saw. I've had no problems with it at all. Now this is interesting, okay? I should put this in Grok and have it identified. It's got one little piece of white right here that's like a clear agate. And it's got two pieces right here, and the rest is like a light brown color. And it's got here, it's got some black. It'd be really cool to find out what that really is. Set that over there. This is cool. This is more of that stuff. This is a cool one. This is a little one, but little rocks are cool too. This is green adventuring. It's not quite done. That will get a really pretty polish on it. Really shiny. And it starts out, let me see if I can find that other piece. It starts out looking like that. You have to keep tumbling it, and each time you tumble it, that white layer wears off. That ain't exactly it, but it's got that same white layer on it. I showed it back at the beginning of the stream, so if you watch the stream over later, that first tumbler that I did has two pieces of it in it. Cool stuff. Oops. My wet fingers got it wet. Cool stuff. Oops, I dropped it. Okay, who's in the done pile? What have we got left? See, here's another one that has to go start over. It's a piece of quartz I found in the driveway. See? Is that pretty? That's quartz. Pretty stuff. It's like a, I would call it a smoky quartz. Oops. Yeah, it's like a smoky quartz. Because it's got like a brownish gray color at the bottom. And the rest is like a quartz color. Cool stuff. The last four right here. We are getting it done, aren't we? That one is cool. Look at all the colors. Done pile. Get this one. This is cool. This is dark on the bottom, like a reddish brown, and then you flip it over and it's light, almost like a cream color. Cool stuff, huh? This one, gotta start over. That's a pretty one. It's got that whitish, creamish color in the corner right there. And there's another little piece of basalt. Cool stuff. That one's done. So see, this is what that basalt does. You get it wet, and you can see what it's going to look like when it's tumbled. And then when it dries, it does like this. And you can tell you're getting somewhere, because see right there, it's starting to shine right there in that corner, and right here, and right there, and right there, and right there. So the next time we run this through, we have to run it through from the beginning. And then it'll polish. All right, so we're going to put these pieces back in here. See, this is doing the same thing. The black lace agate starts in the corner, and then the next time you polish it, it'll go right across. And this needs to go back over here, and that can go in there. This one is done. See how it's got that light luster on it? I could put it in there for another, oh, we'll do that, just for the heck of it. Whoops. Well, that one is on the floor. I want to show you what this black lace agate looks like when it's done. That is what it looks like when it's done. That is cool stuff. I gotta use the grinder and smooth it off a little bit on this side because it's got a ridge right here in the center. Because it's got that ridge in the center, this will polish, and this in here won't. Well, we took quite a few out of there, so we can put some of these from over here. I was sorting. Got that one. Put them two in. Oh, here's the other bucket. All of these are ready for. See that one? That is just cool. Oops. I hope it's still cool. See stuff like that. Whole bucket full of it. One out of bucket right there. A bowl with a colander in it, like for canning. I just use it for this. Use it for this because I can just take it by the handful and put it in. That's about enough. A bit more right here. There, that'll do that. Adapter. Yeah, I got a wireless, not wireless. Yeah, I guess it'd be cordless sprayer. I had another sprayer, and it came with like a short garden hose and stuff. Well, one time using it in the dirty water, and that thing was done. I said, good thing this only cost me $10. Because if I had spent a lot of money, I would not be happy. That one's done. Water. But we need relatively clean water. And I told him yesterday, since I've been using my used slurry in here for step 1, I used to do that step 1, 2, and 3. I let it run long enough that it spends the grit, And instead of dumping that all out and doing new, I just add the next stage of grit to it. I get much better results. Remove this so I can go get some water. I will be right back. Here's water right here. I can use this. Okay, I found a bucket with some relatively clean water in it because we just want water to do burnishing. Pull the rocks away from the edge so you can see how far the water is coming up. Oh, you guys can't see. You want it just about an inch below your rock line. Then push these rocks back over and level this out. Take the rag and I always wipe the lip. Lid off. We're going to put this in here just for the heck of it. See what happens. Always press your lid down. I don't know why in the instructions they tell you don't press the lid down. If you don't press the lid down when you're tumbling, the lid comes off and then the rocks and the slurry are all over your table. I had to happen to me, not on this tumbler, but on the previous one that was much smaller. That thing was a pain in the neck. It was a 2-pound tumbler. You could not put over 1 pound of rocks in it. If you did, the rocks would hit the lid and blow the lid off. I had that happen at it for 30 days, and that happened 20 days out of 30. So I said, no, we're not doing this. We're not here to clean up messes all the time like that. I mean, cleaning up the table and stuff like that is one thing, but that messy grit all over your table with rocks in it, yeah, I was not happy. And I upgraded to the 4-pound tumbler, and I've had no problem. What happened here? Huh. Well, that thing just shut off. Which one is this? Here I was saying, what a good job it is to have these. Wrong one. fix my... Let's try something here. Well, that's okay. We'll fix that later. This has got a, oops, sorry. A board thing on the back here. Wipe that off. There we go. See? It needs to be a mechanic's son. I unplugged the cord in the back that goes into the back of it and cleaned it all off and plugged it back in. It works. But what I'm going to do is order one of the 11-pound tumblers, and we'll do unboxing, and then I'll be able to use these 2 tumblers for polish and burnish. It's big. This is 4 pounds. It's 11 pounds. So it's like this big, maybe. And it's bigger around. And I want it because I have big rocks. Oh. Get this one rock. Like this. If I put it in that tumbler, it has to go in there by itself. So I have a bunch of these like this. If I had 11 pound, I could put in there. I have to get a different surge protector because that one's only got 3 outlets and I need one with 6 or 8. But I've got a box underneath the table down here too with rocks in it. It's like, no, we need to step up our game here. Let me back you guys up and I'll pull the box up from under so that y'all can see it. See, I got that. Plus I got those up there. Those are all waiting for step 1. Plus I got this container right here and that container over there in the corner. And it gets to the point where you say, no, we need to do more. All right, that's what I got for y'all today. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I will. Because I live so close to the river, I take my backpack right here. That's the backpack I take. And I fill it like this full of rocks. Every time I go to the river, I always find something to bring home and tumble. So we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in, Lizzie. We will talk again later. Bye for now.